Riot Frag. I wanna hear him.
Kayle is getting buffed. So this was kind of an interesting scenario because Kayle is not horrible, to be clear. She is sub 50% win rate. She's been that way for a while. There's a decent chance that Kayle maybe deserves a high resting win rate. She tends to be not terribly offensive as a champion. Her inevitability is not quite as aggressive as Kassadin's. I think her late game counterplay is better than Kassadin's, where yes, she turns invulnerable, but she has no innate escapes. Like, she walks fast for a second and a half. It's not a big deal. You can still stun lock her. You can still flash Mal's ult her. Like, there is much more counterplay to Kayle than there is Kassadin, is ultimately what I'm saying here. So I think it is okay to accidentally land on a too strong version of Kayle. That said, I'm also not trying to overbuff. So I want to give some context because I saw some comments about how this buff felt very small. I believe this change is a big deal.
No, it isn't.
It's not huge, but I believe this change is actually a pretty big deal. 5% AP on hit. If I had more time for this, I could have buffed the AD ratios in this champion as well and tried to make the AD version of Kayle a bit more interesting. The problem with that, to sit on that world for a second, is I don't know in what ways AD Kayle went to be better than AP Kayle.
Guys, stop being so fucking cringe. Freak is an amazing person and one of the better rioters that is transparent about the changes, and he gives reasoning behind the changes. I swear, if you guys don't shut your ugly mouths, I will shut them myself. Stop hating on Freak, he's one of the better rioters. Shut your fucking mouths, or I will shut them. Thank you.
Like, unless we strip the attack damage ratios off of Q and R, and, you know, AP Kayle has much better spells. AD Kayle, just like, it's a 40% bonus AD ratio on E, and it's like, AD Kayle's a really good auto attacker. But like, the
AD Kayle is useless because if you go AD Kayle, you have no spells. You literally have just like if you pick AD Kayle, why not go Tristana or Akshan or anything else? Like, you might as well go Caitlyn top.
With AD Kayle's good auto attacker is like, we have those champions. They're called marksmen. And so
He said the same thing,
sure
lol.
if AD Kayle gets a unique niche. Now maybe it's like, well, actually you see AD Kayle's a spellcaster burst build. And I mean, maybe, right? But like, this.
That's Volibear top. Am I against the Bussy FFS? No, I'm not. He's busy being 5'11 on Sion. I shall go Vayne.
This is something that I just need more thought for, and is not the kind of scope of changes that makes sense when I'm like, I just want to give Kayle 1% win rate and then move on because I have other stuff to do. Not to like sell Kayle short. I really like playing Kayle. It's one of my favorite champions. Like, I want to do right by Kayle.
Don't look Baus or PGG. I mean, everyone has bad games sometimes.
To be clear, I'm not like brushing this off. Like, after we do the meeting of like which champs we're going to buff, we pick our like 10 champs, whatever, for the patch. Like, I chose Kayle and chose Lee Sin because I'm passionate about those champions. The champions that I play a lot of normally and really like them. So like, I want to do good changes for Kayle, and be clear about that one. I really like her.
Same.
Anyway, so let me talk about what was a little bit funky with picking the change list here with Kayle. So August, of course, very passionate Kayle enthusiast. I believe he's the one who shipped Kayle's most recent rework. And I think that was really cool. I think Kayle was great for it. But anyway, the point being, he was like, well, here's what I see on like r/Kayle mains. Here's what players have told me, whatever.
Come on, not r/Kayle.
Losing and walk back and whatnot. What's also interesting is then balancing that with like, okay, what's interesting, what's not. So for example, there was a version of the change list where I gave her like, I buffed her MR per level from like 0.75 or whatever to 2. This essentially meant that she would have regular AD carry marksman MR at like level 16. Because her base MR is like 22, and by giving her like roughly melee champion MR growth, she would like reach Jinx MR at 16, which seems reasonable. That said though, I actually think Kayle just deserves to have low MR.
Yes,
because,
true.
This is
but it's
why
too
I
low.
do weird things with like overheals shield scaling, and we'll talk about that when we get later on in the patch. Champs that deal 1 million damage late game should still be killable. And so a world where Kayle, like...
Yes, but they shouldn't be fucking
MR, but, like,
as squishy as a Yumi, come on.
And self-heals. And can, like, build Zhonya's in, like, her core stat profile. This champ has to die somehow. And so, like, oh, you have low MR, and so, like, Echo can assassinate you, is, like, to me, actually a reasonable weakness, and just Kayle just uniquely has really low MR. That's okay. she's Kayle. She deals 7 million damage. Like, Kayle can be a balanced, fulfilling, and fair champion with low MR. So, ultimately, I was hesitant on that one. There was some pushback on it not being a very exciting team in the first place, and honestly, I'm not convinced Kayle can't just be great with low MR. So, cut that one. Passive up 10% is basically just like, hey, more skilled players are better at using move speed. I could probably go up higher. This could, I don't know, maybe it could be 15% even. I'm not sure.
Yes!
This probably went too low. This was August saying,
Kayle
like,
with Ghost and passive proc will get outrun by a fucking Scion with tier 1 boots.
Just like the more I give it thought to him, the more I'm like, I could have spent longer on this change list, and I want to be kind of honest about that. But like, directionally, I think this is a good change. Anyway, I do think 5% AP ratio on every auto attack is a pretty meaningful change as well. That, you know, her core builds are going to have a solid 300-400 ability power on that, and that's a lot of extra damage. And anyway, getting back to how large these buffs are, there was some confusion, and I could have done a better job of actually sort of like overseeing this and policing it. But we have a team that, like,
how did Cartus already
they're
full
highly skilled
clear?
Players, and like their job is to functionally analyze the game and give us feedback and be like, hey, are our change lists too strong, too weak? For example, they made a shot call on how much like overall game agency AD carries would have as of because of the micropatch changes, and it and they're like, oh, AD carries gonna gain like about 1% of overall game agency. And, you know, when you go from 20% to 21%, that's a pretty big deal. They're going to gain almost 1% of agency. And they were pretty close. It was, like, a bit more than 1%. Like, AD carries gained even more than they thought. And I was like, this actually, like, the more I thought about the changes, I'm like, it actually isn't that much. Like,
for
you know, you can build IE save. Like,
I played that
bad.
perfectly. He played that garbage, and he still killed me.
It's kind of absurd and the best class in the game outside of jungle. Okay. So, anyway, this is very useful to have them because their shot call is actually pretty good. And so they did, like, some patch research and was like, oh, actually, Kayle has had changes like this before. We're concerned there's going to be too much power to give for the AP ratio buff and the E rank up and some other stuff, and so I just kind of cut the E rank up off the ability. Ultimately,
that was one tower shot, not two.
Anyway, yeah. If it's too small, we can always buff Kayle again, but we'll see what happens. I spent a really long time on what's really low changes, but ultimately, hopefully this was at least a little bit enlightening in terms of
it was. Thank you. Now I can understand the game.
But I think this.
You took 2. Wow, that's insane. Still, he played that literally as bad as he could, and I played it almost as good as I could. It would be cool if I traded 1-for-1, but now he has no flash, so it's good. No flash ignite. I can't die anymore. We just go cool and catch up. I didn't even get. Okay, I get it. You're a little. Yordle Mingler. I'm dead.
Your towers will splinter like rotten teeth.
Wow, this blows! Watch him one-shot me with Ignite Flash. That sucks. Twice he survives Lily 1 HP. That's insane. I'm tier 2 boots, he doesn't catch me. This won't kill me. It's like, what is this, bro? Kayle buff, but you play Vayne and run it down, lol. Buy a new PC, your FPS is low. Oh my god. This shot is unreadable.
We love you!
Hello, Volibear shutdown. He was 2-0. He had a shutdown. Where did it go? You guys think he will go to Wolves? I can't go.
Gimme.
This motherfucker has Edge of Night. I thought he would flash. So unlucky, I'm so fucking behind. He only has an item because he survives twice on 1 HP. It's so insane. Okay, I got shield ball now. It's big. Again! Again he survives 1 HP! And I can't kite the bug! My auto attack resets every time I tumble! I would fucking kill him! E? Oh, Edge of Night, little bro! E! Or just E him and waste your time. Nice, another 1 HP. I'm gonna go insane, please FF. This patch is so garbage. Auto attack is bugged, it's unplayable.
Jesus. We love you, we
Oh.
love you. What the fuck?
Lucky. Oh, there you go. That was the auto that I did not. Again! Close. Ah no, I'm just pissed. Kartus is legit AFK and he'll win this game. Yeah, it's my bad. I solo lost this game.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, I guess. That guy has a problem with me. I actually deal damage now. We can actually win this game. Oh, Cactus almost has Rabadon on level 16. Never mind.
Evil lurks around it.
There goes half of my f***ing HP, I guess. No, he doesn't die. He dies. Nice. That's worth. I have a ghost for the next fight. That Cactus has Rabadon. Oh, goodbye, Lux. Never mind. Goodbye, half of my HP. Well, that sucks. I was expecting Lux in W, but she didn't W me. And the full tank Talon one-shot me. Oh, she's dead.
The storm.
Karthus gets void and I actually get one-shot by his ult. Ouch. Flash the ult and you kill him. I was stunned, you idiot. Oh, she's dead. Oh, here it comes. Never mind.
We love you, we love you! Mamma mia!
He survives this and he has ult back. I swear the Rothschilds are like manipulating this game to tilt me. He also survived on 1 HP! No. I'm going off, guys. This is too much. Oh my fucking god. Let's see the record for today. We went... Okay. We're 0-2, 1-2, 1-3, 2-3, 2-4, 3-4, 3-5, 3-6, 3-7. Actually went 4-7 today. But holy f***, those games were taxing mentally. Oh my fucking god, I go off, guys. I'm gonna stream tomorrow probably. Oh my fucking god, today was a bad day, but I'm not that tilted. But Riot could fucking fix this auto attack bug. I mean, it's gonna get hot fixed for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed this short stream. See you guys tomorrow.